Welcome to Get Real with Morton this month, and today I am talking to Vivian Zhang, who is one of our Chinese agents and very focused on the Chinese market. Vivian, what are the key reasons as to why the Chinese like to buy here in Australia?
Firstly, I think the education level is good than the China, and then the property is actually in good value.
Yes.
In terms of money, if you spend 2 million here, you can buy a better quality one in Australia. Thirdly, I think the title of the property is different. In China, we are the leasehold. I think property only have 70 years leasehold.
Why did the Chinese particularly like new?
In China, we always purchase new properties because we don't know what happened in the old properties, especially the second hand. The new properties in Australia, they pretty much off the plan. They pay 10% to secure the property, and then after a few years, so 2 or 3 years, once the property complete, they pay like the balance. In China, we pay pretty much full amount. If you want to borrow the money, you have to pay at least 50% as a deposit.
Can you explain what the Foreign Investment Review Board is about and how does that affect the Chinese purchasers?
The Foreigner Investment Review Board, we normally call FIRB. If the overseas people, they want to buy the property in Australia, you have to apply for the FIRB. And then once you get approval, you can purchase. But they have really restriction on the existing properties, which force the buyer from overseas, they buy the new development.
What are the additional costs foreign investor has to pay?
Foreigner investor needs to pay the stamp duty is around 12%. Imagine Australian like local people, they only to pay 4% to purchase the property, but foreigner needs to pay extra 8%.
What is the main reason do you find that they're wanting to sell their property?
Because the holding cost increasing dramatically over the past few years. They need to pay the land tax. For this year, the land tax increased to the 5% of the land value. And another reason is the interest rate increase.
This is very interesting because interest rates have gone up for everybody, but for foreign people, it's gone up even more.
I think back to 2015, 2016, Australian bank, like major bank, not allowed to borrow the money to the foreigner. They need to pay higher interest rate than the local people in Australia. The way you selling a property in Australia and the way you're selling a property in China is totally different. In Australia, we normally recommend the owner to do the full marketing online, and also we recommend the owner to do the staging. It is quite important because the buyer is really sensitive on the condition of the property. If the property is getting too old, we will recommend the owner to do the renovation before push on the sales market. In China, they just sell the property with whatever the condition is, and also the price they put in the market is higher price than what they can take.
And that's a challenge, isn't it, to get them to think like an Australian?
It is very challenging. Here, we are the professional sales agent. We want to guide the owner from the beginning and put the right price to attract as much as buyer as possible. But there is a cost. In China, they just ask the agent to sell it. That's it. There's no cost.
So you buy the right property in the first place, because there are some Chinese investors who have bought things that they've lost money on.
Like most of the owner from the China, they bought off the plan back to 2015, 2016. 90% of them lost money.
Yeah.
They just use the same way when they purchase property in China to buy in here. Completely different market and different culture.
So if you are from China and you do wish to buy a property, or you've got a property
you want to sell,
talk to Vivian. You're doing really, really well. It's not easy getting going as a real estate agent, but you're giving it a good go, and it's so good to see that hard work starting to pay off. So congratulations, and thank you for joining us.